close your eyes and allow yourself to drift back, far, far into the past. The air is warm but gentle. The night is deep but full of quiet whispers. You are in Babylon, a city of stone walls and hanging gardens, a place where the air carries the smell of oil lamps burning slowly in clay bowls, where every corner echoes with distant footsteps fading into silence. The sky above Babylon is not just a sky. It is a great, endless book, a book written not with ink, but with stars. Every light, every flicker, every faint movement is a word, a sentence, a story waiting to be read. High upon a temple tower, the ziggurat rises. Its steps stretch upward, as if reaching for the heavens. On the highest platform, where the wind brushes against the stone, a young scribe sits quietly. His name is Naramu. He is no priest, no ruler, no warrior, only a boy with clay tablets on his lap and a simple reed stylus in his hand. But his heart is filled with something larger than fear. It is filled with wonder. The night stretches endlessly. The stars shine like silver pins pressed into black velvet. Some move slowly, almost unnoticed. Some remain still, forever watching. And as the city sleeps, Naramu keeps his eyes open. He listens to the silence. He watches the heavens breathe. The priests of Babylon say that the sky is the voice of the gods, that every star is a command, every shadow is a warning, every strange light is a sign of wrath or favor. But tonight, Naramu wonders, what if the sky is not only divine anger, not only divine love, but something else, something greater and gentler, a mystery that wants to be understood. He presses his reed into the clay, etching tiny marks, one by one. He records the slow rising of the moon, the bright wandering of a star, the soft dimming of another. The clay holds what the heavens have whispered, and in this silence, in this endless night, a boy begins to listen more deeply than anyone before him. You breathe slowly with him. You watch the stars move across the sky, almost imperceptible, yet steady, eternal, and patient. The night is long, the air is still, and the heavens are waiting. The night deepens. Babylon lies silent, its walls wrapped in darkness, its streets hushed under the soft glow of oil lamps. Only the distant sound of water from the Euphrates drifts through the night air, calm and steady, like the heartbeat of the earth itself. High on the ziggurat, Naramu leans forward. His eyes trace the sky, patient, searching. And then he notices something unusual. Among the steady stars, there is one light that moves. It does not follow the silent order of the heavens. It drifts slowly, almost like a traveler who has lost his way. For many nights, he had seen it move forward across the heavens, but tonight, it does something stranger. It seems to turn back, as though retracing its own steps, a star that refuses to obey. Naramu feels the air grow heavy. The priests always warn of such things. They say that when a light wanders, when a star defies the heavens, it is no mere star. It is a sign, a warning, a message from the gods. He imagines tomorrow when the priests will stand before the people, their voices solemn, their faces grave. They will say, "The gods are restless. The city must prepare. A storm is coming." And the people will bow their heads, their hearts filling with fear. But here, alone in the quiet night, Naramu feels something different. He tilts his head, watching carefully. Could it be that the heavens are not angry? Could it be that this light is not a curse, but a riddle? Not wrath, but wonder. He marks the clay tablet with gentle strokes. The sound of stylus against clay is soft, almost like the whisper of sand in the desert. Line by line, mark by mark, he records the wandering star. Each scratch is a promise, a way to remember, because Naramu senses that if he is patient, if he listens longer, the sky itself will explain. The night passes slowly, the air grows cooler, the torches below fade. Still, the boy does not leave. His eyes are fixed on that one restless light, his heart steady, his breath calm. And somewhere in the silence, between the drifting winds and the silent stars, a question lingers in his mind. Is the sky not chaos, but a secret waiting to be told? Morning comes to Babylon. The first light of dawn spreads across the stone walls, painting them with a faint glow of gold. The streets awaken slowly. Merchants lift the wooden shutters of their stalls. Children run barefoot through narrow alleys. And yet, beneath the hum of daily life, there is unease. Word spreads quickly through the city. A star has turned. A light has defied the heavens. The priests, draped in long robes of linen, gather at the temple steps. They raise their hands to the crowd, their voices solemn, steady, heavy with ancient authority. The gods have spoken, they declare. The wandering star is no blessing. It is a warning. The heavens turn against us. The city must prepare for trial. The people bow their heads. Some whisper prayers under their breath. Others look to the ground, afraid to meet the eyes of the sky. Mothers clutch their children closer. Merchants close their scales with trembling hands. A silence spreads, heavy as stone. Naramu stands at the edge of the crowd. The tablet he carries is hidden beneath his cloak. His young face is calm, though his heart stirs with questions. He remembers the night before, the wandering light, the strange backward motion. It was not wild, not chaotic. It was slow, patterned, deliberate, like the careful steps of a dancer retracing their path. The priests speak again. Sacrifices must be made. Offerings must be laid at the altar. Only then will the gods forgive. Only then will the wandering light be stilled. The people nod, fearful, obedient, but Naramu whispers to himself, unheard. What if the light cannot be stilled? What if it was never anger at all? What if it is simply the way of the heavens? He feels the weight of his clay tablet against his side. The marks he made last night are there, etched forever. They are not curses, they are not threats, they are records, evidence, the first threads of a pattern waiting to be woven. The sun rises higher, the crowd disperses, but in Naramu's heart, the question only grows larger. While others tremble before the priest's words, he finds himself listening still, not to fear, but to the quiet logic of the stars. And as the day moves slowly and shadows stretch across the city, he knows he will return to the ziggurat that night, to watch, to record, to listen again. The sun has set once more over Babylon. The city glows with the faint light of oil lamps, their flames swaying gently, casting long, soft shadows against mud-brick walls. The streets are quieter than usual. Merchants have closed their stalls early. The laughter of children has faded into silence. Even the stray dogs, who usually bark into the night, have curled into corners, quiet and watchful. The priest's words linger in the air. The gods are restless. The wandering star is a sign. And so the people are restless too. At the temple steps, torches burn low, their smoke rising into the dark sky. Incense drifts slowly, winding upward like invisible prayers. Groups of families gather near the altars. They bring bowls of grain, jars of oil, baskets of figs. Some bring doves, their wings trembling in the night. The offerings are laid down with hushed voices, with eyes lowered, with hearts heavy. Every sound in the city seems softer, as though even the walls of Babylon fear to make noise. The Euphrates moves quietly in the distance, its current gentle but steady, like the soft breathing of something ancient. And above all of this, the sky watches. The wandering star, bright and stubborn, traces its slow, unusual path. But high on the ziggurat, the wind brushes against his face, cool and dry. The stone beneath him is rough but steady, grounding him in the silence. Before him stretches the wide sky, a black canvas pierced with silver. He holds his clay tablet carefully. The marks of the previous night wait there, etched in permanence, a memory of the heavens. Tonight he adds more. Each movement of the stylus is slow, deliberate. Scratch after scratch, he gives shape to the sky's story. As he works, he listens, not to the priests, not to the fearful prayers drifting upward, but to the stars themselves. Their silence is not empty. It is patient, like an ancient teacher waiting for the question to be asked. He pauses often, lifting his eyes from the tablet. He breathes deeply, letting the vastness of the sky fill him. The wandering light shines brightly, steady, even in its strange backward step. It does not flicker with rage. It does not roar like an angry god. It simply moves. And in this simple movement, Naramu feels a quiet certainty grow. The heavens are not chaos. The heavens are not wrath. The heavens are patterns. If one is patient enough, if one is quiet enough, the sky will reveal itself. Below, the city remains trapped in fear. Above, the stars continue their eternal dance. And between them sits a boy, alone, yet not alone, because in the silence of the night, in the whisper of the wind, in the slow path of the wandering light, he feels the presence of something vast, gentle, and enduring. Night falls slowly over Babylon once again. The city, wrapped in shadows, seems to hold its breath. The torches along the temple steps flicker softly, their light reaching only part way into the streets, leaving alleys and corners in gentle darkness. Even the Euphrates, flowing quietly in the distance, seems to murmur in hushed tones, as if it too is listening to the world's sleep. Naramu climbs the familiar steps of the ziggurat, each stone rough beneath his bare hands. His clay tablet rests against his chest, and the stylus is already poised in his fingers. The city below is alive with quiet fear. Families whisper in their homes. Children hold their blankets tight, and the priests stand in shadowed halls, their eyes wide with apprehension. They speak of anger, of divine punishment, of wrath. But Naramu does not hear them. He does not need to. The sky above him is vast, black, and shimmering. Stars twinkle in their endless dance, and the wandering light shines, moving with a strange, deliberate backward step. It does not flicker. It does not tremble. It simply persists. Naramu opens his tablet and begins to mark the night once more. Each stroke of his stylus is slow, careful, almost meditative. He draws circles for the moon's path, dots for distant stars, lines for the wandering light. Each mark is a rhythm, a heartbeat of the universe translated into clay. But in the stillness, doubt creeps in. Am I wrong? He wonders. Perhaps the priests are right. Perhaps the gods are angry. His hand hesitates, hovering above the tablet. The wind brushes his cheek softly, and he breathes in the cool night air, letting the quiet calm return. No, he whispers to himself, this is not wrath, this is order, this is patience. This is the sky speaking in a way only a quiet heart can hear. The city sleeps below, and with it, fear sleeps too. But Naramu does not. He watches, he listens, he records, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, he begins to understand. The backward motion of the light is not chaos, it is not defiance, it is a pattern, a hidden rhythm of the heavens, gentle yet deliberate, unfolding slowly, patiently, like a story that will only reveal itself to those who are willing to wait. He leans back, gazing upward, his eyes tracing the paths of countless stars. The night is vast, silent, endless, and yet, within it, he feels a quiet companionship. He is not alone. The stars, the wind, the river below, they are all present, all patient, all waiting. And as the night stretches, as his tablet fills with marks, as the wandering light continues its slow journey, Naramu whispers softly, I will wait, I will watch, I will learn. The city sleeps, the sky persists, and a boy listens. The night stretches endlessly over Babylon, and the city below has fallen completely silent. Only the soft murmur of the Euphrates moves through the darkness, its gentle currents echoing like a quiet heartbeat. Naramu sits upon the highest platform of the ziggurat, his clay tablet resting on his lap, his stylus poised to record the secrets of the sky. The wandering light shines steadily above, its path slow, almost hypnotic in its grace. For hours he has watched, hours of quiet observation, hours of listening with his eyes, hours of waiting with his heart. And now, a subtle pattern begins to emerge. He notices the rhythm of the stars. Not all of them move the same way. Some rise and fall with predictable steps. Some remain constant, shining in their fixed places. And that wandering light, which frightened the priests and the city, it moves not randomly, but in a pattern, a backward loop that repeats itself after a long, patient interval. He leans closer to the tablet, marking each observation carefully, his hand steady, his breath slow. The sound of the stylus against clay is gentle, a soft percussion in the stillness of the night. The city sleeps below, unaware. The families, the merchants, the priests, they imagine wrath and chaos. But Naramu begins to sense order, a hidden logic woven through the heavens. It is quiet, it is subtle, but it is there. He closes his eyes for a brief moment, letting the cool night air brush against his face, feeling the stars above like silent teachers. A sense of wonder fills him, not fear, not anxiety, but the pure thrill of discovery. Could it be, he whispers softly to himself, that the gods do not wish to frighten us, that the heavens are not angry, but patient, waiting for someone to understand? He opens his eyes again. The wandering light continues its deliberate backward motion, slow, steady, unhurried, and Naramu begins to see a story written across the sky, a story of motion, of rhythm, a story that exists whether anyone notices it or not. The night deepens further, the darkness thick and comforting, and with each careful stroke on the clay tablet, he captures the whispers of the stars, tracing their gentle arcs across the sky. In this quiet moment, he understands something profound, that knowledge may arrive slowly, that secrets of the universe are patient, and that even in solitude, one can listen to the eternal voice of the heavens. And as the wind brushes softly against his face, and the night wraps the ziggurat in quiet embrace. Naramu whispers again, softly, like a lullaby. I am learning, I am watching, I will wait. The city of Babylon lies in uneasy stillness as night returns once again. The air is thick with the smell of burning oil and incense, soft trails of smoke curling into the dark sky, where countless stars shimmer like tiny, patient lanterns. Down in the streets, families huddled together, whispering of the wandering light, their voices trembling with the unknown. The priests have spoken again at the temple, their words heavy with warning. The gods are restless. The star is a message of anger. Prepare, offer, obey. Some people bow their heads, their hands clutching amulets. Others bring small offerings to the temple, fear and devotion mingling in the cool night air. Even the sound of the Euphrates seems softer tonight, as if the river itself holds its breath, waiting for the heavens to reveal their judgment. High above, on the ziggurat, Naramu sits quietly. The soft wind brushes his hair. The stone beneath him is rough but steady, grounding him in this immense night. He feels the fear below, heavy and pressing, but he does not allow it to disturb the calm within him. The stars move with a slow, deliberate rhythm. The wandering light traces its backward path again, steady, unhurried, unafraid. He records every subtle shift on his clay tablet, each mark a quiet testament to observation, to patience, to understanding. Hours pass, the night deepens. The city sleeps fitfully below, its dreams colored by anxiety and superstition. While above, the sky remains patient, watchful, unchanging, eternal. Naramu's eyes grow heavy, but he forces them open. Each glance at the sky is a meditation. He breathes slowly, letting the rhythm of the stars guide him, letting their quiet constancy soothe his mind. He thinks of the priests and their fear, of the people and their whispers. Yet in this quiet, solitary moment, he feels a connection to something vast. The pattern of the heavens is not wrath. It is a story, gentle and deliberate, spoken in the slow language of light. He leans over his tablet, tracing the wandering star's path again, making careful marks that mirror the sky above. Each scratch of the stylus is like a soft drumbeat, a rhythm of discovery in the vast silence of night. And as the hours pass, the wind carrying the soft scent of distant flowers and river reeds, Naramu whispers softly to the night, I will not fear. I will watch. I will learn. The city sleeps below. The stars move above. And a boy sits alone, yet completely at peace, listening to the eternal rhythm of the heavens. Night falls again over Babylon, soft and endless. The city sleeps under a blanket of quiet, and the faint flicker of torches casts gentle, wavering shadows. Even the river seems to hush its murmurs, flowing quietly, as though respecting the stillness of the heavens above. High upon the ziggurat, Naramu sits. His clay tablet rests on his lap, the stylus poised in his hand, ready to trace the sky's secrets once more. The stars shine like distant lanterns, silent and patient, and the wandering light, it moves, as always, slow and deliberate, tracing its backward path through the eternal night. Hours pass. The night air is cool, soft against his skin, the faint scent of burning oils drifting from the city below. Naramu watches, attentive and steady. He notices something now, subtle, almost imperceptible. The wandering star does not move alone. Other lights, other stars, seem to respond to it, mirroring its steps, forming arcs and curves that repeat themselves. like patterns woven into the fabric of the sky. It is not random, it is deliberate and quiet language, one that can only be heard by patience, by stillness, by careful eyes. He marks the tablet carefully, each line and dot a reflection of the sky above. Scratch by scratch, the pattern begins to emerge. Loops and curves, rising and falling, paths that repeat across the vast canvas of night. It is beautiful, simple, profound, and he feels a thrill, quiet but undeniable, like a secret shared between the boy and the stars themselves. Below, the city remains steeped in fear. The priests speak of anger and omens, but their words seem distant, almost irrelevant, when compared to the gentle rhythm unfolding above. The people sleep, dreams, colored by superstition, but Naramu listens. He breathes slowly, in sync with the silent pulse of the universe. The night deepens further. The stars trace their ancient paths. The wandering light loops backward, and he begins to understand, not fully, not completely, but enough to feel that the heavens are patient, that they hold order within seeming chaos, that they are waiting for someone to notice. He closes his eyes for a moment, letting the cool wind brush across his face, letting the quiet settle deep into his chest. "I see now," he whispers softly. "There is meaning here, a pattern, a rhythm, a secret that waits for the patient." And as the night stretches endlessly, the city sleeps, the stars shine, and Naramu sits alone, watching, learning, and quietly, ever so quietly, understanding. The night is vast, stretching endlessly over Babylon. The city sleeps beneath a soft veil of darkness, its streets silent, its walls holding whispers of yesterday's prayers. Only the wind moves gently, caressing the mud brick walls and carrying the faint scent of river reeds. High upon the ziggurat, Naramu sits. His clay tablet lies open, filled with careful markings, each line and dot a testament to hours of quiet observation. His stylus rests gently in his fingers, and the stars above seem to watch him in return. The wandering light moves, as always, slow, deliberate, unhurried. But tonight, Naramu notices something extraordinary. The backward motion, the loops, the arcs, they are all part of a larger pattern, a rhythm woven through the heavens, patient, persistent, eternal. He leans back, feeling the cool wind brush his cheeks. He breathes in slowly, letting the vast silence fill him completely. Below, the city sleeps in uneasy dreams. The priest's warnings echo faintly, but here, above it all, there is only understanding, quiet and profound. And yet, even as he feels this knowledge, a gentle question stirs within him. It is not an answer he seeks, not a solution to a puzzle, but the quiet recognition of mystery. What else waits unseen in the heavens? What stories are hidden in the light of stars we cannot yet name? What patterns stretch beyond the reach of our eyes, beyond the span of our brief lives? He traces the wandering light one final time, his stylus moving slowly across the clay, capturing only what he can see, leaving the rest to the night, to the stars, to the patient universe. And as the wind whispers softly through the ziggurat, as the stars shimmer endlessly above, Naramu closes his eyes for a moment. He is alone, yet not alone. He is small, yet part of something immense, and the sky, the eternal sky, continues to move, waiting, watching, inviting the next quiet observer to ask their own questions. The night stretches, endless and calm. The city sleeps, the stars shine, and somewhere in the gentle darkness, A question drifts softly, lingering, waiting. What secrets do the heavens hold for those who truly listen?